Welcome to Adu Globe. Discover new ideas, learn exciting things, and be amazed every day. Los Angeles has recently faced a wildfire disaster that burned thousands of acres of land and left thousands of people affected. The scale of destruction is both shocking and hard to believe. Imagine, all this could start from just a single spark, something so small that it seems harmless. Fires like this are a powerful reminder that nature's force can be both beautiful and devastating. Today, we will explore how wildfires spread, what causes them, and the serious damage they leave behind. Have you ever wondered how a tiny spark can destroy homes, forests, and wildlife in a matter of hours? Or how smoke and flames can affect not just the land but human life, health, and even the economy? In Los Angeles, dry weather, strong winds, and abundant dry plants create the perfect conditions for flames to grow uncontrollably. The recent fire scorched thousands of acres, destroyed homes, and disrupted communities, showing how vulnerable both people and nature are when fire strikes. As we dive into this story, ask yourself, are we aware of how quickly fire spreads, and are we prepared to prevent such disasters? Fires don't just burn trees, they reshape lives, cities, and livelihoods. Stick around as we break down the science, causes, and impacts of this wildfire, so you can understand why even a tiny spark deserves respect and caution. Fires are one of nature's most powerful forces, and understanding how they start and grow is both fascinating and important. At its core, fire needs three key ingredients, which scientists call the fire triangle: fuel, heat, and oxygen. Fuel is anything that can burn: dry grass, fallen leaves, trees, wooden structures, or even plant oils. Heat is what sparks the fire, which could come from lightning, electrical faults, campfires, or even extreme sunlight in dry conditions. Oxygen is always present in the air, and without it, fire cannot exist. When these three elements come together under the right conditions, fire can start and grow rapidly. In the case of wildfires, especially in areas like Los Angeles, the conditions are often perfect. Dry weather, low humidity, and strong winds create an environment where even a tiny spark can ignite massive flames. The dryness of plants and trees plays a crucial role. When leaves, grass, and tree oils are dehydrated, they become highly flammable. Wind acts like a natural fan, pushing the fire forward and helping it spread faster across vast areas. Once a fire starts in a forest or grassland, it can move extremely quickly, jumping from tree to tree, igniting underbrush, and consuming everything in its path. Wildfires also create their own microenvironment. The heat from the flames can generate strong upward winds, pulling in more oxygen and making the fire burn even hotter. Burning oils in plants and resin in trees release flammable gases, adding fuel to the fire. This chain reaction is why a small spark can become a massive wildfire within hours. To visualize it simply, the fire triangle is the engine, the dry plants and oils are the fuel, and wind plus heat is the accelerator. All these factors together make wildfires one of the fastest spreading and most destructive natural disasters. Understanding this basic science helps us see why fire is so dangerous, why prevention is crucial, and why even a small spark should never be ignored. Wildfires are caused by a mix of natural forces and human activities, and understanding these causes is key to preventing disasters. On the natural side, wildfires often start due to dry weather, strong winds, and lightning strikes. Dry seasons leave trees, grass, and plants extremely flammable. When strong winds blow across these dry areas, even a small spark can grow into a massive fire, spreading rapidly across forests, hills, and residential areas. Lightning can also ignite fires in remote regions, starting flames in places far from human activity. Additionally, climate change and rising global temperatures make dry conditions more frequent and severe, creating perfect conditions for wildfires. Hotter weather, low rainfall, and extended drought periods all contribute to the increasing frequency and intensity of these fires. Human activities also play a major role in starting wildfires. Common causes include campfires left unattended, discarded cigarettes, sparks from power lines, and even fireworks. Simple carelessness can have devastating effects. Urban expansion into forested areas, known as the wildland-urban interface, increases the risk because more people and infrastructure are exposed to potential flames. In many cases, electricity infrastructure like damaged or faulty power lines can ignite fires, especially during windy conditions. Even controlled fires for land management can escape and turn into uncontrollable wildfires if conditions are too dry. Environmental and seasonal factors amplify these risks. High temperatures, low humidity, and persistent winds all make it easier for fires to start and spread quickly. Plants that are naturally resinous or full of oils catch fire more easily, helping flames leap from one tree to another. Once a fire starts, the heat creates its own wind patterns, pulling in oxygen and pushing flames even faster across the land. The combination of human negligence and natural conditions makes wildfires one of the most challenging disasters to manage. Understanding these causes shows us why prevention, awareness, and preparedness are crucial. Even one small spark, in the wrong place at the wrong time, can ignite flames that destroy forests, homes, and communities, affecting lives, wildlife, and the economy. Wildfires are not just flames on the ground. They are disasters that affect every aspect of life, from humans to nature to the economy. One of the most visible and heartbreaking impacts is on people and communities. Thousands of families are often forced to evacuate their homes, leaving behind memories, possessions, and in some tragic cases, loved ones. Fires destroy houses, vehicles, and businesses, leaving millions in financial loss. According to verified reports from emergency agencies, in major wildfires in California and Los Angeles, damages often run into billions of dollars, highlighting how devastating even a single fire can be. The natural environment suffers heavily as well. Trees, forests, and plants are burned down, leaving wildlife without shelter and food. Animals either flee or perish, disrupting entire ecosystems. The smoke from fires is not just a local problem. It spreads into the atmosphere, causing air pollution, which can lead to respiratory problems in humans and animals alike. Water sources can also be contaminated by ash and debris, affecting rivers, lakes, and groundwater, which communities and wildlife rely on. Wildfires also intensify climate impacts. The release of large amounts of carbon dioxide from burning forests contributes to global warming, creating a dangerous cycle where hotter, drier conditions lead to more fires. Winds carry soot and ash far from the fire site, affecting air quality in cities miles away. For example, during the recent Los Angeles fires, air quality alerts were issued for multiple counties, showing the widespread effect on human health. Even after the flames are out, the damage continues. Homes may be structurally unsafe, roads and power lines need repair, and local economies take years to recover. Replanting trees and restoring habitats is a slow process, and many species may never return to the affected areas. This shows that wildfires are not just a temporary disaster, they have long-lasting consequences for humans, animals, and the environment. Understanding these effects emphasizes the importance of prevention, preparedness, and early action, because even one spark, if unchecked, can change lives, destroy ecosystems, and impact the planet in ways that last for years. Wildfires not only have global and regional impacts, but their effects are often most visible at the local level, where communities, forests, and wildlife feel the immediate damage. In Los Angeles and surrounding counties, recent fires have burned through tens of thousands of acres of forests and grasslands, turning lush landscapes into charred land almost overnight. Entire neighborhoods and small towns have been affected, with hundreds of homes and local structures damaged or destroyed, forcing families to evacuate and seek temporary shelter. Roads and public infrastructure are often disrupted, making rescue and relief operations challenging. The fires leave lasting scars on both the environment and local economy. Trees that took decades to grow are lost in hours, and wildlife habitats are destroyed, leaving animals vulnerable and forcing them to migrate to safer areas. The thick smoke from the fires reduces air quality in nearby towns, affecting health, especially among children, the elderly, and people with respiratory conditions. Rivers and small water reservoirs are often contaminated with ash and debris, disrupting water supply for local communities and agriculture. In addition, small local businesses, shops, and agricultural areas often suffer significant losses, as fire can destroy crops, equipment, and stock, creating financial hardship for families and communities. Even after the flames are extinguished, recovery is slow. Burned lands may take years to recover, and rebuilding homes, roads, and community centers requires significant resources. This local devastation emphasizes that wildfires are not just distant news, they are personal tragedies for communities, impacting daily life, livelihoods, and the environment in ways that can last for years. When wildfires strike, quick and organized response is the key to saving lives, property, and the environment. Local authorities immediately coordinate evacuations, guiding residents to safe shelters and providing essential supplies. Firefighters and emergency teams work tirelessly in the field, often facing extreme heat, smoke, and rapidly changing fire paths. Their courage and dedication are critical to containing the flames and protecting communities. Modern wildfire management uses advanced technology and strategic planning. Drones, thermal imaging cameras, and satellite monitoring help track the fire's spread in real time, allowing teams to act faster and more efficiently. Fire breaks, controlled burns, and water-dropping helicopters are some of the techniques used to stop the fire from spreading further. These methods are combined with constant communication between local agencies, volunteers, and community members to ensure a coordinated response. After the fire is under control, efforts shift to recovery and safety checks. Damaged areas are assessed for structural hazards, downed power lines, and water contamination. Communities receive guidance on rebuilding safely, restoring wildlife habitats, and preventing future fires. Education campaigns are also launched to raise awareness about fire safety, highlighting the importance of keeping dry vegetation clear, following fire bans, and preparing emergency kits. Wildfire response is not just about stopping the flames, it is about protecting lives, supporting affected families, and rebuilding hope. Each step, from evacuation to firefighting to recovery, requires teamwork, planning, and resilience. Understanding these efforts shows how communities can face natural disasters with courage and how preparation and timely action can minimize both human and environmental loss. Wildfires can start quickly, but prevention and awareness are the most effective ways to protect lives, property, and the environment. Simple actions can make a big difference. Staying away from active fire zones, avoiding unattended campfires, and properly disposing of cigarettes or matches are basic yet crucial steps. Electrical hazards should be monitored, and sparks from power lines or machinery should be controlled, especially during dry and windy conditions. Maintaining dry vegetation and forests is another important preventive measure. Cutting excess dry grass, removing fallen branches, and managing dead trees can reduce the fuel available for fires. Planting and caring for greenery, as well as protecting natural forests, not only lowers fire risks but also supports local ecosystems and wildlife. Communities can also implement controlled burns and fire breaks under expert supervision to prevent large-scale wildfires. Environmental protection plays a key role in wildfire prevention. Climate change, rising temperatures, and prolonged dry seasons increase the risk of fires. Taking action to reduce pollution, conserve water, and follow local environmental guidelines helps minimize these risks. Awareness campaigns and educational programs encourage residents to report early signs of fire, follow safety protocols, and prepare emergency kits. Preventing wildfires is a shared responsibility. By being cautious, following safety tips, and supporting forest protection, everyone can help reduce the likelihood of devastating fires. Understanding these simple but effective steps allows communities to stay safer and protect both human life and the natural world. Small actions today can prevent massive destruction tomorrow. Wildfires are not just a problem for Los Angeles, they can happen in any dry, forested area around the world. By understanding how fires start, spread, and affect people, nature, and communities, we can all take steps to stay safe and prevent disasters. Today, you've learned valuable information about fire causes, safety tips, and environmental care. Share this knowledge with your friends, family, and community. Encourage them to be aware, follow preventive steps, and help protect our forests and homes. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Every share helps spread awareness, and every view supports creating more educational content. Knowledge is powerful, and together we can make a difference. Stay alert, stay safe, and let's protect our planet from wildfires, one informed step at a time.